looks like we have some nice clean water here too. Alright, let's see where we're at. I think this is the small loop that goes back to the trailhead. Yeah. So I still got another 2 and 2.3 to the primitive camp. Alright, so we'll go this way. So there is nice water here. Boy, this looks really nice too. Easy access. Okay, so this is 2 miles out from the campsite. I don't know if there's any water any closer. Okay, so let's continue on here. Put this away. Alright, we made it. We made it to the primitive camping area. Okay. Primitive camping permitted within 30 feet. Okay. Fires are in the ring. All plants and animals protected. Vehicles by the horses and pets are prohibited. Okay. Alright. So, we got a picnic table. Okay. Fire ring. We got some down trees here. Alright. Okay. Well, let's find our spot. And then we'll go from there. Alright. Alright, we're all set for a fire tonight. I got all my wood here. And I just set up Henna's tent. And as soon as I set it up and put the sleeping bag in there, she walked right in. She's beat. We're both beat. We only did like 5 miles, if that. I know we're freaking beat. We're out of shape, but it was a good workout. Got to get back into shape. So, yeah, that's her little tent. She's not going to sleep with me because she keeps me awake all night. So she has her own tent. Huh? Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. Yep. She's happy. Alright, so I'm going to set up mine right over here. Right behind these trees. Right here. I'm going to set up the tent right there, and I'll have her right next to me so I can keep an eye on her, and I can close the door too and just leave the screen open unless it gets cold, and I can close it right in, so it should be fine. All right, so let me I'm about ready to do a pack review. This is the Mariposa 60. I got rid of the Z-Pak arc haul. It just wasn't working for me. I think so far this is a much better pack. Same weight, just a hair under 2 pounds. Same capacity. It's just I like the way that they design this here. This is a huge pocket. This is a huge pocket right here, and I put my duplex Z-Pak Duplex tent in there with the stakes and my rain skirt, which I use also as a entranceway sheet. I can also put my hammock in here, my rain top, with the straps. What else goes in there? And the cocoon, the all-weather cocoon that I put over my hammock system. So that all fits in here. So the only thing I put in my body is the actual hammock. So I like that. That I don't know why I'm sure they will catch on eventually once people start talking about this here and how they love it. And then over here on this side, over this, on this side, you have a huge generous water pocket, which I had two 1.5 liter bottles, both fit in here really nice, and I still had room to put my my tripod in there, my little tripod. And then up here they give you another pocket up top, and up here this is where I put all my filtration for the day. Well, all my filtration. I also have in here my electrolytes, so when I get to a water stream, everything is right here and ready for me to filter. I got my containers here. I also had containers on my straps. I had these 1 liter bottles on both straps, so I was carrying 5 liters today. This pack is rated for, I believe, 35, maybe 40. I came in at 38. Without the 2 bottles, I came in at 38 with 3 liters of water, my BV 450 canister, and a day and a half's worth of food. So, I mean, I'm running heavy right now because I'm kind of doing a shakedown. I'm going to be doing a week section of the AT in January, and through Georgia and Carolina area. So I have all my winter puffies in there. I got all my winter gear in it. Everything that I'm going to need is in here. Except I have a 40-degree bag. I'm going to up to the 10-degree bag when I go out on the trail up north. So I really like it. It's got a wire stay system in here. It's a U-shaped wire, and you can mold it to fit your back. This here pad comes out, and that you can use as a sit pad if you want. I'm just leaving it in there. I'm not going to deal with it. I have my sit pad that I mounted. There it is down there. I mounted it on the bottom here. Oops. And it also helps protect the bottom of my bag when I go to put it down on the ground. It's got a little pocket. I added these here bungees because I'm always putting my jacket or one of my layers, if I'm layering, delayering, layering up again. Instead of going into my pack, I just stick everything underneath these bungees. So I added these bungees here, and it's pretty easy. I just put a couple of little carabiners, little baby carabiners here on the end of the straps that hold the lid down, and then I ran it across here to front, and you have a little tie out. There are tie outs all around this thing, so there's a little tie out right here that I ran it through. Same thing on that side, and then I ran them both back. I ran them both back here to these straps that hold the lid. So yeah, I like that. That worked out very well. Now I wished they would have put another pocket up here to match the other side, but they didn't. So what I did is I have a rock climbing bag that they put chalk in, or they put their little rock clips in here. It's really light. It only weighs an ounce and a half, maybe 2 ounces max. I don't think it's 2 ounces. And what I do here is I put all my daily snacks in here, my lunch, everything. I put everything in here, so everything is exposed. I don't have to go into this pack during the day once I leave in the morning. And then I also put this side here. These are extremely generous pockets. I mean, look at my hand. Look at my hand. You don't see pockets like this very often, and it's a one-hander. You don't even need 2 hands to open and close this thing. Well, when it's on your waist, it's a lot easier. Right now, this hand is loose, so I'm having a little trouble with one hand. But I have all my snacks in here that I want to nibble on during the day. And then on this side, I have my headlamp, a pen, compass, and my InReach I put in here. So that's all accessible right here. And then this here is my Z-Pak chest pouch. And I love that thing. This is all my camera stuff goes in there. And then a trail map. And everything is right there on my chest. I have 3 different lenses in there that go on the phone. I'm working with the Moment lenses. I'll do a review on that. This is only my first month with them. So far I like them. I sent back the macro, did not like the macro. And then I also sent back the old wide, which was the 60mm wide. I didn't care for that. It had a lot of blurring on the edges, so I upgraded to the new 58, which they designed it to work with smartphones. And boy, that thing takes some beautiful pictures when I put that lens on here. I had a few earlier today. The photo that I was looking at the boardwalk and the river, that was the 58mm Moment lens. Really opened it up nice. Takes a nice wide shot. And then the other lens I have is the fisheye when I'm on a vista and I want to get it's a 170 degree view, so I can get, instead of having to hold the phone to do a panoramic, this thing does a 170 all in one shot. So I have that lens too. I didn't use that I'll use when I get on when I start doing through hikes and I'm on top of vistas or on a summit or something. I'll pop that lens on. So I'll review that down the road. But so far I'm pretty happy with them. So that's the pack. Let me turn this thing around. Okay, just flipped it around. Real nice mesh pocket on the back. This thing really stretches out. I could put a lot more stuff in here. But right now what I have in here is my coffee. This is the mini Nalgene bottle that I've been working with for the last year. Really, really like this idea. I can use it for cold soaking. I can use it to carry water. It's an 18-ounce bottle here. 14 ounce bottle. I have my coffee in it in the morning, hot coffee, and I can put the lid on it so I can drink this on the trail while I'm walking and I have a spill all over the place. I can have my Carnation instant breakfast in the morning. I just put the powder in here, add the water, put the lid on, shake it, and I get the drink. So this thing is like for duty. I really, really like this. This works out really good. So that's a, instead of having to not steel, but you know, what do you call them? Titanium cups. Much, much better. This works out really nice. And I'll show you later when I cook my dinner what I'm doing with my pot. And then this is my this was in there too. This is my pea jar, so I don't have to get out of the hammock on my tent at night. I don't do that anymore. All right, what else do I have in here? Basically, my raincoats in there, the Z-Pak rain jacket, Z-Pak rain pants, and basically that's mainly the key. It's a windbreak, and also if it's super, super cold, it'll help hold in your body heat. It won't let the wind, you know, zap your heat from your underlayers. My toiletry bags in here. I got a woolen hat, and I have my possum down gloves in here in case it gets cool for some reason. And then I have my socks, my water bags to put over my socks if I'm hiking in the rain to keep my feet dry. So I have a couple of them in there. So that's what I fit back there. I added the bungees here. Like I said, there were these little tie outs all over this thing, and another one up here, and then you have another one up there. So I added this because I like to hang, if my socks are wet or my underwear or my t-shirt, I can hang stuff off of here while I'm hiking, and it helps dry it out during the day. And then I also put compression straps on the sides that I can tighten in just to keep stuff tight. And I did I did the same thing on this side here too. So those are the only options that I've added to it. Oh, down on the bottom, these are where you put your trekking poles. I added a bungee here. It goes over to where you put your ice axe, and then that bungee, oops. Oh, I hit the button by accident here. Anyway, this here goes around the shoulder strap, the base of your shoulder strap, so it ends up being a loop, and then I can mount stuff back here. Put your pad back here, or you can actually hang a tent back here if you want to keep your tent on the bottom. You can do that. So yeah, so far I'm really liking this pack. It's got a nice little lid on it. It has a storage compartment here with a zipper, just to put, you know, a bandana or put your map in here. I wouldn't put a headlamp or anything thick. Whatever you put in here, you want to make it sure that it's something thin. All right, and then it basically, you just have this little clip right here that just reduces the opening, and there we go. It's just a cylinder, straight shot cylinder, top entry, and that's all you want. You don't need all those little zippered compartments all around your backpack. You don't need that. It just adds a lot of weight for nothing. And then I just pack it all the way I'm going to be using it if I need it. So basically, on the inside, might as well go through it. I have my Arc'teryx soft outer shell that goes right there. I'll do a review on that later. I have my 900 down vest, Arc'teryx, that I can hike in. This is my winter ear mat. I don't usually take this, but I forgot my my thinner one, so I had to use my winter one down here. But that's like a 4-inch ear. That's the X-Ped. That's the X-Ped ear mattress. That's got like a 6.6 rating on it. So that's my winter pad. Alright, this is something I'm not going to take anymore. This has my camera lenses in it, and it has a few other odds and ends for the camera. I'm going to leave that back. I don't need that. Oh, here's my hat. My woolen hat, in case it gets cool, and then my possum down gloves. They were right up here on the top. Okay, this is my first aid kit. I have my EpiPens in here, Body Glide, which I don't use it too often, but when I do get chafing, I'm glad I have it. Sunscreen, and then I have a repair kit. I have a few Benadryl in here, and a couple of Band-Aids, and then this is my repair kit here too. I got a little sewing needle in here, some super glue, thread needle, what else is in here? Ear pad, repair kit, Cuban fiber repair tape, just in case. Alright, this here, my ibuprofen, my sunscreen, lip balm, Tums, foot powder. That's all that's in that. And then this is my pot set. I'll do a review on this later. This you're gonna be amazed at how this works. Yeah, and I went back to alcohol. I like my alcohol. All right, this is my waterproof electronics bag. I already brought one charge cell, 10,000 milliamp charge cell, and then the cables to charge my phone and my camera. Alright, what do we have over here on this side? Okay, this is my Arc'teryx Puffy, hooded Puffy. This thing is awesome. Really liked it. And this is thick too. This is like 1.5 inches thicker down. Not like the a lot of the other hikers are going with the got the name of it. But anyway, we had it. It's only like 3/4 inch down. A freaking things they're not worth it. I spent a little bit more money and get a down jacket. I'll do a review on that a little bit later. All right, I'm going to try this out because it's going to get a little cool tonight, and I only have my 40-degree bag. This is my vapor barrier that I made. I have a video on this here. This is going to give me another 10 to 15 degrees in my bag, my sleeping top quilt, which I only brought the 40-degree tonight, and it's going to go down to like 48, I think. So that's that'll be a good test. All right, let me, I gotta put the phone down. I gotta grab my beer canister. I got my beer canister in here also. All right, let me put this down. I'll get right back to you after I pull it out. Okay, this is my BV450. They say this whole, well, I've had 4 days of food in here, but I didn't pack that well in here. I got 1/2 liter of wine in here, and a day's and a half worth of food, and I don't know, I got a few other things in there that you don't normally have to put in there, but yeah, I'm getting away from hanging my food. What a pain in the ass that is. And plus, a lot of places this year are going to start requiring beer canisters here and there along the trails. Even the AT, when you get up in New England, they were requiring it last year. So in July and August. So I just started carrying it. All right, the rest of the stuff is just some clothes. I have my sleeping stuff, spare socks, and then my 40-degree top quilt. That's at the very bottom in a clear. These are the Gossamer gear. Excuse me. Is it Gossamer gear or is it? Yeah, it is. They have these clear bag liners. I like clear because I can see what's in them versus the black contractor bag or trash compactor bag. I like the clear, just a stick. You can't poke a hole in here. I don't know what it is, 6 mil or something like that, 5 mil plastic. I just like the clear. So I have a couple of them, and that's what I line my bag with. So basically, that's the Mariposa. This is the Mariposa 60. Really like it. So there's my review on it. Here's the stay. You can take this out if you want, but I'm leaving it in there because occasionally, when you resupply and the pack gets a little heavy, if you're going to be 25 pounds, you could probably get away without it. But I usually run closer to 30 when I'm fully packed, coming out of town or something after a resupply. So I want the frame to help support it. All right, I'm going to set up my tent, and we'll get back to you later. All right. All right. Camp chores are done. It's what is it? It's about 4:45 now, and the sun's going down. Let me give you a shot right here. Going down. Yeah, you're a little red, huh? Well, I wasn't out in the sun that much. I was in a canopy. Well, maybe 50% of the time I was out in the open. But yeah, it looks a little red. I was on some antibiotics for the last 2 weeks. So they said don't go out in the sun. So, I mean, this is the second day off of them. So maybe it's still in my system. They said I'd be susceptible to burning. So I guess it's still in my system a little bit. Yeah, I look a little red. Or maybe it's just the sun is shining like a red glow on me or something. But okay, so I'll set up. Let me show you the camp, and then I'm going to go over the map, show you. This is a nice little place. I like it here. Probably come back here again. About a little under 5 miles to get in here. Nice hike. The first half of the day I was up against I guess it's the Manatee River. It doesn't say on my map what it is. I'll look it up later. Pretty nice. And then the second 2/3 of it, I guess, was over there on the south side on the loop, and then 1/3 of it was up here, and you can tell the elevation's higher. There's a lot of pine trees in here, and there's no water here. You got to go all the way back like 2 miles to get water, but you just carry it in. Like I said, I had 5 liters. I still have 3 liters left, so I'll use a liter tonight. As long as we have a liter to get out. We only have 3 miles to get out tomorrow, so I won't need that much water. But yeah, that worked out pretty good. Henry and I, we drank quite a bit. Then we'll have a little bit for tonight, and then my coffee and my oatmeal in the morning. So I think we'll be in good shape. So let me turn this thing around and just show you my camp, and then I'll go over the map here in a minute. Okay. Okay, so we've had a snack. Gave Hannah a little snack. We'll have more food later. Got all the firewood all stacked for later because it's going to get cool tonight, and I want to sit out for a while, listen to some music. I got my wine over there, and had my dinner. And then we got the camp set up here. Got Hannah right here, so I can keep an eye on her. She's right next to me. And there's my setup right in here. I got the old Tyvek vapor barrier there because I only got a 40-degree bag, and it's going down to like 48 tonight. So I want to make sure I'm going to be warm. So that should give me another 10 or 15 degrees. And then I also have all my down jackets over there. So I'm in good shape. But I'm prepared just in case. Really like this duplex. This is my second year with it. Really like it. I mean, I like my hammock too. This is a great spot to hammock too. If you come out here, I mean, the trees are perfect for hammocking. I just didn't know that. And my ultralight hammock setup is still up north. I didn't bring it down here to Florida. So kicking myself though. But this is a great spot to hammock in here. So anyway, I got the duplex here, Z-Pak Duplex, and I'm happy with it. I like it. You know, I got the big 4-inch X-Ped air mattress, so it's really comfortable. And I like the fact that I can have everything spread out inside too. With the hammock, I like the hammock, but everything has to be put away in the backpack, and then I hang it off the ground. It's comfortable, yes, but the tent, I think, is it's just a little more convenient. You can lay stuff out, and if it's raining, you can still have your stuff out, and I can, get ready inside the tent. So I don't know. I flip-flop back and forth. Depends on the season, depends on where I'm going. Definitely through hike, so I think this is the way to go because it's so light. It's 21, 22 ounces. You know, pounding it. Well, it's 2 pounds. By the time you figure out your stakes and the ground cloth down there that I use, because for the money they get for this, I don't want to wear this thing out. A lot of people say, oh, you don't need it. I don't care. For what, 4 or 5 ounces, I'll put the ground cloth down there and get, several more years out of this tent before I have to replace it. So I think it's worth it. Like I said, these things are big. Probably the most expensive part of your whole deal coming out here is going to be a tent, I think. If you get a good one, a good ultralight. This is an ultralight tent. So keep that in mind. Spend the money. It took me a year to digest the cost of this freaking thing, and finally the wife, and we both have them. The wife she's got hers, one step, and And then I have mine here too. So, and now Hannah's got her little, not a Z-Pak, but she's got her little tent. Oh, God. Okay, so what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I brought the chair because I just like to sit in the chair. It really supports my lower back. It weighs 15 ounces, so I just decided to carry it. All right, let's go over the map here. Okay, so this is little Manatee River State Park, primitive campsite, which is right here. And this is kind of, the river separates this half of the state park. The state park is this green here, okay? So and it's off of 301, basically Tampa's up this way, and then Bradenton is down, down here somewhere. So it's off of 301. You just Google it and you'll find it. But yeah, to get your permit, you gotta go down this road right here, and you'll see the sign. They have the big brown sign, Little Manatee State Park with an arrow. So you get on this road about a quarter mile, then you enter the park right here, and then the office is right about here, and you get your permit. And then you come back out, and you got to drive down the road about a mile or so, and then the northern trailhead is right here. So what I ended up doing is we hiked in, and then we took the southern route. And right about here, I lost the cap to my camera, my GoPro. I'm thinking, shit. So we hiked back real slow. I had, looking on the ground for it. We went all the way back to the car. Not to the car, but to the trailhead here. And didn't find it. So I just figured I'd give up. So we hiked again back 1.5 miles. We walked back. And right about here, I found it laying on the ground. So I got it back. And then we continued, and then we got up here. You'll see the pictures. This is the first trailhead right here. You can either take a right and do the loop counterclockwise, and this here is another loop too over here. This here is a loop. So we took the left, and we continued, and we went all along this river. It was really, really nice, and this is where I saw the alligator right over here sunbathing. Then we continued, kept going, and right about here, you start going up a little bit. And I mean, we're in Florida, so we only went up about 8 feet. And this is all the high side. This is all, it's upland with the pine trees and everything, really nice. So we came across here, then this here, and then you take this little spur trail right here. And this is like 2 tents in to this campsite. This is the primitive campsite right here. So to get water, you got to go all the way back to here to get water. Or I guess if you could come back down here if you took this trail here. This says it's about 1 mile, I guess, down to here, or 3/4 of a mile to this river here. So I guess you could like it back in if you ran out of water. I just carried it. So this is where we are right now. And then tomorrow, I think tomorrow we're gonna continue, and then we're gonna take the northern loop back to the car. It's about 3 miles, I think, to get out of here. So we're gonna do this loop here coming back tomorrow. And then that's it. But this was a nice little spot. I like this. I mean, it's not hard. It's just it's a nice walk in the woods. Beautiful campsite here. Just beautiful. Plenty of they must have had a storm here or something, because they had chainsaws in here. They're cutting up a lot of stuff, and there were tire tracks here, and I followed this back. This must be an access here because there was a pickup truck in here that came up this way. Not while I was here, but I saw the tracks. and then it took off into the woods. So there must be a back door entrance coming in here for the trucks, and they're clearing this out. I think they're going to have more campsites in here. This seems to be what they're doing. They're clearing it out, making more areas, because there's only one primitive campsite here. It doesn't make sense. I mean, there's plenty of room here to have several more. I mean, back there, they're clearing out a couple of areas. You could have another tent back up in there. I mean, I'm over here, so you know you could have 4 tents here. I can't see why not. But anyway, this is the way they set it up. And so yeah, and they got a little fire. You got a grill here with a steel ring. You got benches, picnic table. So pretty nice for $5. How can you beat it? Well, if it was free, it would be better, but they charge $5 to come out here. So, and that's Florida. That's what I've realized in Florida. They charge for everything in Florida. Not much, you know, but they charge for a lot. There's only a couple of places that we're going to hit later on this winter that are free. You just walk in. It's along the Florida Trail. And some of them you have to call ahead and make reservations. So, some of them are free, but it's a free permit, but they want to know who's out here, I guess. So, all right. All right. I'm going to show you my cook setup. I really, really like this. Now, you guys know that this is my coffee cup and coal soaking jar and my breakfast mix container. So right now I have my wine in there. So you know I use this, not the metal coffee cups, and it's all insulated, so it works out really good. This here is my toques. Got 2 toques plates. They weigh I think they're like 1.5 ounces a piece. And one I use as a top, and the other one I use as if I'm cooking. And then later on, what I'm going to do is I'll be doing some bacon in here. If I wanted, you put a little water in here, then you put this on top, and you can bake. You can do muffins and stuff like that, pizza. You can do all kinds of stuff with the 2 of these. Okay, but this is my little setup here. My sponge for cleaning is what I have in here. Then I have a because this is coated, so I don't want to use my my titanium spoon in here because I'll end up scratching it. Oh, she wants to eat. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I was soaking her food. Now she's reminding me, hey, you forgot me. So I gotta go give her dinner. You ready for your dinner? You gotta sit. All right. Okay. Okay. She won't eat unless I tell her it's okay. All right, so back to this. So anyway, I like my alcohol, especially this setup right here, because with this pan, you put 2 cups of water in here, and I can actually get that to boil on 1/2 ounce of oil, fuel, with my little oil burner right here. Stove. And then I have my windscreen. I put that in here too, so that's in there. And then I can carry 6 ounces of fuel in this little thing with these 2 little 2 ounce. So there's like four boils here. I got 4 boils here, and I have 4 boils here. And I brought extra. I don't know why I was panicking. So anyway, I have plenty here, plenty of fuel. I got my, I don't deal with the Bics anymore. I keep burning my thumb. So I found this at the hardware store, and they have the little extender on here so you can get right in here and see. Really, I got a package of 8 of these. I really like these. Like I said, the Bic lighters, I end up burning my fingers. And then as a backup, I have my flint. So you always should have a couple of different sources of flame. So I have my flint right here. Sometimes some people take matches, but I have my flint, and then I got my Bic lighter right here. So that's what I use. This here is just a little rubber thing that you can pick up your pans if it's really hot, so you don't burn your fingers. And then this here is my little pot holder right here, because this here gets awful hot also. This here only weighs an ounce and a half. This is titanium, super light. And then I have a little thing of soap. You only need 1 drop with it. This is that Castile soap. It's biodegradable, and you don't need much. You can brush your teeth with it. You can do dishes with it. You can do laundry with it. You can wash your hands with it. This is just great stuff. So I have a little eyedropper type thing here where you just all you need is 1 drop. You should see what it does. And then this is my primer pan from my little stove. Then I put this at the bottom so I don't scratch. Like I said, this is all coated, so I don't want to scratch that. But yeah, this is this here for a ½ an ounce of fuel. I can boil 2 cups of water with this. Plus, it's large enough, or I can fry up onions. I can do peppers. I can do sausage. I can do a pizza in here. Eggs. I can do my oatmeal in here. This is the way to go. I really like this. This weighs 4 ounces. So it's not that heavy. Yeah, you can get the Totes 900. It's a cylinder and it's higher, so it takes a full ounce to boil the water there, because the water is thicker. It takes a lot longer for it to heat up. Where here the water it's thinner and it's spread out, and it just heats up so much faster. So this is the way that I've been going, and I really like this. I finally have this down where I'm happy, and it gives me so many options to cook. Sometimes I bring muffins. I can do a whole muffin in there, and you cut it up like a pizza and hand it out to people. I enjoy doing that. You got to break it up. I can't be eating Mountain House every night. I gotta have different meals. So this is my cook set. This is just an old pot that I had from it was like with a 4-piece set. I took the handles off, and I don't need the handle because the handle was like a steel handle. I didn't need that, so I took it off, and so I got this down to just about 4 ounces. So this is my cook set, and then also I have my my koozie, right? Not my koozie, but my reflective oven here. You put your Mountain House meals or your Ziploc in here, and it just cooks. It just cooks in here. You leave your food in here for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it's still cooking without actually having it over a flame. So this here saves a lot of. And also the pan. This pan will fit in here too. So if I'm cooking rice, or if I got something going in here, once I get going, I can slide it. I can slide that whole pot right in here, and it'll still cook inside this here pot. Again, without having to use up liquid fuel or propane to keep it going. Okay. So that's my this is my cook set. I don't know if it'll help you, but it works for me. I highly recommend it. This here you get online. I forgot the name of it. The guy, he sells them on Amazon. I forgot the name of it. It's a kit. It comes with the windscreen. It comes with that. And I also make my own. But the one I make, the flame is much narrower. It's much narrower. The flame on this thing, I don't know why, but it's really wide. When this thing is underneath, the flame comes like within an inch of the edge of this thing. So I think that's why this thing heats up so fast, because the flame isn't just in the center. It actually heats up this whole base. So this is the one that I use a lot. And again, these here only weigh an ounce. They're super light. So yeah, I highly recommend and you can get the fuel. Actually, this is that heat, the yellow bottle. The heat is that fuel additive you put in your car during the winter. This is what we use. It doesn't smoke, it doesn't give you soot, and it's only like $1.50 for one. I just bought three bottles at Walmart. They're $1.50 for those yellow containers it comes in. So it's super cheap. You can get it anywhere on most of the long distance trails. You can actually use rubbing alcohol too, but that puts a little soot underneath the pan. But you can get away with rubbing alcohol. That will work too on the bind. Don't use fuel. Don't use diesel. Don't use gas. It's gonna be the alcohol. Okay, you're gonna be in serious. You'll have a mess on your hand. Okay, I'm gonna have my dinner. Henna, is she done? Oh yeah, she's all done. Now she's gonna take a nap. You watch. Okay, that's it. Out. Over here. Over here. You want another one? Well, good morning. It's I don't know, 9:15. Finally packed up and we're now on the move. We got about 3 miles to go. We're going to take the remainder of the loop out. Yeah, I got down to 48 last night, just what I thought. I had my little digital thermometer out, and that's what it went down to. And my 40-degree top quilt worked out excellent. I didn't have one chill at all. Again, I was in my vapor barrier, so I think that gave me the extra 10 or 15 degrees like I thought it was gonna. So I'm with my 40-degree bag with the vapor barrier, I'm pretty sure I can go into the 30s. I don't know how low in the 30s, at least 35. I can get at least another 13 degrees, 12, 13 degrees. So yeah, that worked out very well. I'm happy with that. I don't think I'll take it every time, just when it's going to be damp and when it's going to be a little, when I know it's going to be a little chilly, I'll take it. Okay, let me head back, and we have yeah, about 2.5 to 3 miles to go back. Okay. Talk to you later. All right. Little Manatee loop is finished. We're only about 300 yards from the trailhead. Again, we're right here. All right. I hope you enjoyed this trip. I did. And if you're out in this neck of the woods, check this out. It's a nice little overnighter, and I recommend it. Nice campsite. So follow us on Instagram, Eastern Backpacking, and you'll be able to keep up from day to day on our adventures. And then we're also on Facebook, Eastern Backpacking, if you want to learn about trips. Occasionally I open them up to members that come along. And then obviously here, I believe you're watching this on YouTube, Eastern Backpacking. So till next time, safe travels, and see you on the trail.